So when people ask for my YouTube channel name, and I tell them it's Mr.LambStew, I usually get this look.
What? Are you okay? Do you know how to get home? So, today, I'm gonna tell you why I chose the name that I did. So when I was a young boy, like 5 years ago, I used to raise lambs and sell them at our local fair that's held every year, at the end of August. And so over the summer, I would spend time, raising this lamb and teaching it to walk around with me. Basically, I was raising this thing for two things: one, showmanship, and two, to sell to a butcher, basically. Hi, Future Stew here. I just realized how awful that sounds while I'm editing this, and I meant to say that it's for marketing. Yeah, you do sell to a butcher, but that just sounds really harsh. That it didn't mean to come out like that. Okay, basically, I raise a lamb for showmanship and for marketing. Marketing is when you sell it. Yeah. Okay. On with the regular. Okay. So I raised this thing, and I really wanted to do good with showmanship. I really wanted to succeed in that area. So basically, every day for an hour or so, I'd take this thing and I'd walk it around, and I would set it up and make it look really, really nice. I guess for a lamb, and that's what I would do for showmanship. Make sure that. For showmanship, basically, it's how well you able to control this animal, and it doesn't just go freaking wild, right? So, the first lamb that I had was really great. I let it out of its pen, and it would follow me around, and I really bonded with this thing. And it was the first time I've ever raised an animal by myself ever, and it was really good. I did really well in showmanship, and when I sold it, it was heartbreaking, but it was such a good experience, I guess, to be able to raise an animal on your own. And so, yeah. But my first ever lamb that I raised was named Stew. I named it Stew. I guess you really shouldn't name something if you're gonna sell it, but at the time I'm like, I'm gonna name this thing. So yeah, I thought it was really clever. Name it Stew. No one else, everyone named everyone that I was with. I was in a 4-H club, which was a farmers kind of club. Not really a farmers club, but it was basically a club where we all were in the same group, and we'd raise animals, and when we go to the fair to sell these animals, we're all a part of the same group. We represent our local community, I guess. And so everyone in the group named their animals. Some raised pigs, some raised cows, some raised lambs, like I did, and they all named their animals, right? And so I named mine Stew, and I thought it was just really clever because it's a lamb and its name was Stew. Lamb Stew. Very funny. So yeah, and I really loved this animal, when I was raising it, and I spent time with it every single day, and it was really good. So Mr.LambStew, which is my username, obviously, I just thought it was a cool username. I raised this lamb, I named it Stew, I loved it, and it was just Lamb Stew. It's got a good ring to it, I know it's a food, but it just sounds cool. So I'm just you know what? Slap Mr. right in front of it, and Mr.LambStew. But yeah, I raised 3 lambs over the course of 3 different years. The first one, I named it Stew, and it was just it's such a cool freaking animal, right? I loved it so much. And then the second one that I raised didn't do as well, but at that point I was kind of I thought I knew what I was doing, so I kind of took it easy, and I didn't work as hard, and that one didn't turn out as well. And then the third one, I went all out. I did the same thing as I did with the first one, but this time I had so much experience raising a lamb that I'm I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to work hard at it. And all 3 of them were named Stew. I had a running thing calling all 3 lambs Stew. And so the third one that I raised, also named Stew, I raised that thing and I won grand champion in showmanship, which is like first place, like higher above everyone else. And then I also think I won reserve grand champion, which is technically second place for marketing. And so when I sold it, I was the second person out of all the people who raised lambs to sell mine, which is really good because everyone who's there to buy a lamb are going to be looking at grand champion and reserve grand champion because they're one of the best marketing lambs. So that was the other kind of reason why I named it LambStew, because all three lambs were named Stew, and I don't know, I thought it was original. I even, before I actually put my name as my username, like for YouTube specifically, I looked up to see if anyone else had that same username, and no one did. No one had a Mr.LambStew. There was LambStew, like the food, but other than that, no one had my name or my username. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it, I'll do it. And yeah, so that's kind of the story behind my username. Yeah, so that's my story behind my name. So thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked what you see, then click on the icon to see more of me. Hey, that rhymed. Cool.